How's it going, everyone? EVER-TASTIC giving you another episode with more Xenoblade Chronicles free on the Nintendo Switch, and welcome to it. So on our last previous episode, cause we just witnessed to go and meet the guy from Colony Gamma. Well, I was saying Gamma. It was not Gamma. It was Gamma. Well, I was saying incorrectly because somehow I just mispronounced my words to say Gamma. But that is what colony they're on. And now we witness to encounter because there's going to be a Rogan Rogel that we have to take out. So let's go ahead and take it out with the Bull Rush. Okay, so let's give it a law. So we go with one of our Crash Out. Okay, so this one is on level 13. So we can take it out no problem. So we only got half HP bar. So let's, okay, so that was a pretty good knockout there. Okay, hold on, let me go ahead and zoom out a little. Okay, well this guy looks a little tough, so let's just keep focusing attacks. Alright, and we'll go ahead and lock out with one of his Bull Rush. Because it seems like Land can be a quick and a steady character to go and play in the Xenoblade Chronicles. So it felt like that he can go ahead and pull up his own weight just to become a little lot stronger than the rest of his guys. So let's go ahead and pick up a plane of material that's left on the ground. And we got here another enemy, which is named Lazy. What is it? What? Agam Gravel. Is his name. Okay. Alright, so we'll go use one topple. Why not? I mean, we are feeling a lot stronger. So let's go over with the character real quick. Well, actually, if we go ahead and press on X, there's something else that we must go and see. So for chapter 2, it says with our eyes set on Swords Marja, Noah and Koa decided to head south of through the Itida region. Okay, so let's look at here. So the Hillside Hulk is on level 10. But it said that the party finds a description of Ferronis on their trap, searching to see if it contains any useful resources. Alright, well we'll go and have a look at it. Well, later on, I mean, let's just go ahead and press on B. So we go ahead and check in with that character. Go to Lance. So we want to go ahead and check in with his accessories. So it felt like that he don't have anything equipment on. So we're gonna go over just to see what else we need to get for Lance for the accessory. So we got the one that's called Black Mask. So it's a boost of damage dealt to the terrestrial life by 55%. Okay, so there's more to see. So boosts amount of AP heal from using healing altar by 11%. Okay, and we got the one that's called the light wheat guard with the boost blocker rate by 20%. Okay, so they go in and increase a little bit more higher than 31%. So there's a lot to see. So I reckon that we go ahead and increase up the attack stone. I mean, that's the only way we can improve to get more stronger. So let's go ahead and confirm with B. And hold on. So I think we got one more thing to see. So I want to go and check in with Uni. Now she have the ability to go and heal. So let's go and give her. Actually, we'll go and give her the harvest necklace. So we'll have that equipped. So we're gonna check in with the accessory to each and one of these characters. So it felt like that Tyon is holding on to the circlet of intellect, which you can go and boost the healing by 20%. Which is quite interesting to see that the unique mechanic, just to see how it can pull off through, but just the healing one party member. Well, I'm not 100% sure, but we might as well look forward to seeing one of Tyon's special moves of this circlet of intellect. We look forward to that later on. So looking at each character, so we see because the Senna is holding on to the accessory called the white wraps. Alright, and we see that Mio held on to the gear support, which is on accessories. And for Noah, so he still held on the bronze temple guard. Alright, so it feels like that we're all good now. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, so it felt like that we got is a long travel to get to the other side. So let's go ahead and pick up all of the material that's scattered on the ground. And let's see. So let's try not to avoid. Let's try not to advance to attack those crest tips.
Left that we can use.
Should be. Let's have a little look.
All right. Well, we should go investigate. So let's go swimming. Okay. So further in these waters, so there are like a few more of these materials scattered all over the place.
So much to see.
Okay, so when Lucas
So monsters even fight among themselves.
or is it Luca Yoitz? Or how you pronounce that last word? Elk. Okay, so that's Luca Elk. So let's go ahead and take on the one further on the left. So this is Pyro's crust dip. So we get here is 220 experience points for the bonus and 125 gold. All right, so let's get that done on the left. Okay, so we're getting here is a whole lot of these creatures. So we're fighting the heavy brog. Okay, so it just felt like that we're just helping one of these crust dip fight the heavy brogs. So these are the heavy brogs because they look quite familiar because they look so good in this game. I can't lie. Because these are mechanics and graphics looks even a little bit lot more better than like that from that game for Pikmin 3. I mean, I was comparing the design of this of these graphics, just the way how they look. So wait a minute, I think we'll put the target on. What are I'm targeting at? Okay, so let's go use talent art. So we're going using one of his mad taunt. Okay, so I think I got this heavy brog. So I got a corner. So now here we have it. So we just finished our conclusion. So there we spoil our acquirement. So we can go ahead and move up. All right, and that being said, we can press onward. So there's a lot to go around just to look at this ecosystem lying around here, because there's like a lot of these materials, a lot of containers, and more of these references.
Must have been there for quite some time.
So
Probably abandoned after being put out of commission decades ago.
okay, so we're getting here is some character interruption going on here. Okay, so here's our cutscene. Oh wait, so but that's not a cutscene. Okay, so now we have to go read the dialogue. Crust tips. Okay, so it look like these crust tips are enjoying nature and life. 1, 2, 3, yeah, quite a number 2. Reckon have a stake of the Ferronis EVER-TASTIC. Well, I had to get rid of him before we can search for salvageable materials. Sound like a plan. Okay, so it's saying something about learned enemies. So enemies that are closer together tend to attack in groups. In such cases, press the up stick to lure over a single enemy from a group at a time and gradually pick them off that way. Okay, so this new objective saying secure via specified area. Okay, so that's what we gotta do. So let's go ahead and put that away. And also before. Oh, actually, no, it's too late. We had to attack. So we had to lure them out of the way. So let's just go ahead and clear it out. So the only way we're gonna get them out of our ways is to take them out first. So I reckon that we go and start up by targeting on this crust dip. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a lock on you. So Lance have a limited chance to wait for the proper moment to go use Mad Taunt. So it felt like that Lance sword, that ginormous sword, is a lot powerful to increase. So there we have it. So we got one of his crush dip removed. So now we'll move on to the second. Okay, so we'll go using Bull Rush. And go use the one called Mad Taunt. So it just felt like because he's just waving his sword around like it's some twister going on around. Alright, and we'll go lock on with Crash Out. Alright, and it just seemed like our entire team. Okay, well Noah, you're not looking too good, man. You're not looking too good. Okay, we're just gonna keep at it. Well, these ones are the Nestran cluster. So both are one of the easiest targets to kill. So we have a limited option because somehow we get to choose whatever art style we prefer to pick on choosing. So it felt like I don't want to go ahead and keep using talent art. But if I wanted to go and retry my talent art, I mean beat my guess. So we go ahead and press on A. And that gives us more than enough to go ahead and hunt down on these enemies. Alright, now let's go ahead and finish off the Crash Out. Alright, let's keep finishing off. Okay, so now there we have it. So we have our Conqueror. Or whatever we just conquered. I mean, I'm not. I don't see that's an awkward excuse over nothing. But you know what? We got here. It's a couple of these containers, and they can't open. So one of these containers can't open. So most of them must be locked. So let's see what we're trying to do. So I think we were supposed to go and look around to see what goes around comes around. But you know what? I don't think there's anything up there. Now we got one of these crested problems to clear out. So let's go ahead and focus on attacking this next trend. Alright, so I don't see where my guys are at. So wait a minute. Why are you guys up there? You guys came and fall off the cliff or something? I mean, come on now. Okay, well I'll go with Crash Out. Why not? Okay, so this quest is halfway done. Well, we weren't doing too bad. Well, this is not a hard game. Well, the difficulty is on normal. But it's normal, but it gets more easier, but harder. Alright, so I'm pretty sure all of the items that we pick up by defeating the enemy does come in handy. Okay, so let's just keep focusing. Alright, so our attack should go ahead and focus more attack because we're supposed to go ahead and do the stun more damage on this creature. So I remember these quests used to be back in the second game because it does maybe appear because you can tell about the design because it's the one back in the floating city or whatever it's called. I mean, I may be forgetting what it's called in the second game. I may be curious because it's the one that we float above in the Titan, and suddenly we used to play as a rat. Well, as I was saying, we used to play as rats, and suddenly we just go salvage diving, or that's what we call it, salvage diving, because somehow we just go ahead and salvage for good deeds. Because somehow you just go use it to want to collect treasure and that kind. I mean, it's quite fun actually because Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was not such a bad game. It won't budge. It's because Ferronis is low on power. If we bring it online, the containers might open. I mean, that does work for the best. And the Ferronis of this type of power compartment usually located over there. Okay, let's take a look then. Okay, well, we should go and investigate what's above the ladders. So let's go and have Lance go ahead and check the surrounding of this whole mechanic machinery thing. Okay, so it seems like Senna is giving me a help in hand. Okay, so that's the sound I like to hear. How does it look, Riku? Man, power level is at precisely 0, so Riku cannot say one way or other. Guess without a flame clock, it really was a kind of a long shot. Bet that we could have forced open the containers that they don't look so tough. If you're confident that you can do that without breaking the content, be my guest. No promises. Stop. No need for gratuitous violence that can solve problems with the ether cylinder. Riku will surely have one somewhere. Matt? Do my eyes deceive me, or is it that flat out empty? Back at the colony, we are always complaining about how we were short on this or that. But even a fraction of the supplies are there were to be more than we have now. Now that we're away, I'm sure we'll miss the home ever more keenly. Hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but we just need to supply the ether to get it running right. Okay, I asked because I look over there. Isn't that an ether channel? It doesn't look too far. I'll go and take a look and see if I can harvest some for us. I'll go with you. For safety in numbers, maybe it would be better if we all try to stick together. I second that assessment. Okay then, let's go right now. Okay, so the rest of these characters are going to go and investigate the ether channels now. Under the field of a green light, the source is called ether channels. Using them to fill up an ether cylinder will come in handy for your adventure, so be sure to harvest them. Press A while near an ether channel to harvest the ether into an ether cylinder. Okay, well that's something we go and make gems out of it. Alright then. So it just felt like Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is coming back from the first game, not from the second one. I mean, it's not like that you ever like experience your whole life just to get more ether and then go use it for crafting, because they don't actually you don't actually do it in the second game, but only in the first game. Okay, well let's go ahead and take out this enemy before proceeding. Okay, so we're getting here is a whole lot of these enemies activity, and these guys are on level 9. So let's keep focusing, and we're gonna try our mightiest to go ahead and deliver more of our executed blow on all of these guys. I mean, these guys never stood a chance. I mean, they won't interfere. Okay, hold on. So I think I need to be targeting on. Yeah, so I need to still keep targeting on you. Alright, come on, keep going, Lance. Keep targeting. Okay, so I did go with one of his bull runs because I did go ahead and break his defense. So let's go for upper aggro. I mean, if only we go with one of his topple, that would be really nice. Actually, I think because every time you waste so much time because the gauge go ahead and fill up, and then you go and miss your chance to topple it. If my calculations are making close sense, I mean, okay, so that's just somehow that gives us enough advantage that we need to topple on this guy. So we did conquer it. Okay, and we're getting here. It's more and more of these agams. So they should be super easy to kill now. Alright, so we just took care of all of these enemies. So we can move on and go mess around with this ether channel.
This is an ether channel, no doubt about it.
Let's collect it for later.
No, we're gonna collect it now.
Up on ether.
Okay, so it felt like that we're filling up the bar. So we get at least 3 of them. Should be enough. Moving forward, there will doubtless be times when ether will prove indispensable. The less I gather when we have a chance. Let's get back to the Ferronis and use the ether cylinder to try to reboot the motor assembly. Right. Okay, well, that sounds like a plan. Alright, so it's saying something about the rebooting the Ferronis of Hulks. Throughout the Ionis, you will find descriptive Ferronis Hulks lying around. There can be a rebooter with the use of some ether cylinders. Alright, next one says that a rebooter Ferronis can manufacture items with a Fabricator. It will also have a container with a concealed or hard to get items, and can even be used as a rest spot. If that's so. Okay, so there's a next objective saying that we return to the Ferronis Hulk and insert the ether cylinder. Alright, so we can carry on by actually hold on. How about we do this? So we'll go ahead and press on Z, L, and Y. Okay, and no, I do not want to go ahead and attack another heavy Brog, so let's ignore it. Well, we are getting a little bit too strong for these creatures, so it's best to let that we, you know what, fine. So it doesn't want to leave us alone, so we go and fight. Alright, well, let's keep at it. So it seems like that each and every one of our party members can go ahead and attack the heavy Brog a lot faster. So that's all 6 of our party members, because so each 6 of your members, so they all go and combine their own strength and enough of potential just to build up a lot of their art. Alright, and the heavy Brog is dead, so let it rest in peace. Alright, now let's just go ahead and hop to it. So we're gonna make this this heavy jump.
The Ferronis running, that's not gonna switch on the defenses, is it?
And also, I want to go ahead and check in with Senna.
We'll be fine.
Alright, so I want to go ahead and play with Senna for a little while. So I want to check out what's her base of her skills and that kind. So how can I not? Oh yeah. Okay, fine. That's perfect. Well, it's fine that way. Because we just get on top of the ladders. So let's go ahead and interact that again. Okay, so use the ether cylinder to reboot. Why, of course. So let's go ahead and acquire it. Alright, so it just seems like we're getting this machinery in good feel. So that was supposed to get this this machinery to get things working again. I mean, whatever we used to call it. Okay, so now we saw, because we got the Ferronis Hulk reboot. Or was that Ferronis? Okay, so I mispronounced Ferronis. It's moved. Now we should be able to declaim the content of those containers. We may be able to declaim more than we first anticipated. How did you reckon? That's how. By restoring our power to the Ferronis, it would seem that we brought the microfab back to life as well. So yes, I recommend checking the Fabricator while we're on our little salvaging stint. I mean, that sounds like a plan. So let's go on ahead and mess around with this Fabricator and see what it is supposed to do. It's a microfab, a hand-operable fabricator commonly installed in older Ferronises. For a price that we can make for the things of this Ferronis is used to produce. Nifty little gadget, eh? Let's take this thing for a spin then. I mean, yeah, let's let it have a rip. Each Ferronis holder has a fabricator nearby, which can be made a manufacturer collectible by spending G. They can make very rare and difficult to acquire items. Okay, so let's go and interact that again. So that only costs 300 G. Okay, so that only costs money. So take a look at what we got on top of the right. So we only got more but 1,735 G. So we could use this money to fabricate items. Why, sure thing. Let's proceed. Okay, so we're gonna see what this sucker can go do now, and we wait to see, because they did show via the reference to the first game. So there you see.
So amazing.
So we get all the rare materials that's scattered on the ground. So let's start off by opening one of these containers. So
Bet there's something awesome inside.
so let's see what we get inside.
Something so
Ooh, okay, that's interesting. So it seems like we're getting here is a lot of these cool
Be good.
cool items. All right, now what's going on here? We found plenty of useful stuff here. There was more left behind than I dare say. I couldn't detect any monster present around the Ferronis perimeter. Seeming like we'll be safe then. Shall we rest here for the day? Ooh, I still got the energy left in the tank. I can take first watch. It's not acting alone, it really isn't. Meh. Whoa. What the? Okay, so we got another Nopon. Meh. It's still, it's not Nopon, dubious organ. Your colony affiliation of the and adjusted until we quit. It's ShillShill traveling a trader upon and not bound to any upon or man. Saw a light shining here, so I took it upon itself to investigate so-called Hex. A Nopon vagrant event? Man, is there anywhere you guys aren't? And why head to the call vagrant? That word show a real lack of respect. You're not with Agnes or Kevin, right? How about the itinerant then? Meh, suppose that's slightly better. Anyhow, any of your friends that the ShillShill meet the sooner turn to the customer and vice versa. So what kind of thing do you sell? Oh, search a headgear and a abundant choker and all that is jazz. ShillShill deals in anything. That the ShillShill meet the freight here is also fate. ShillShill gives good prices, so please to buy a lot. I'm a little worried about our finances. You're right, especially since we won't be paid a bounty from our colonies anymore. In that case, please to sell any and all the things of monetary value to ShillShill. You sold all your sales only a collectible to the ShillShill. So we received 2,700 G. Okay, close enough. I mean, that's more we can spare. I mean, somehow we can take as much money that we can experience. Pleasure doing business. You're not gonna buy our tasty sausages? ShillShill only buys the good which gonna sell on at high price. It's a basic business sense. Wow, suddenly I feel like we got ripped off. It's alright, I think both party benefits here. I think that we might have wanted to make a habit of trading with a Nopon like this to earn money. Meh, friends that like, I'm sorry, meh, friends that feel like becoming regular customers. Hearts of ShillShill Soar will be more than happy to buy from our friends at whatever and whatever. What do you mean, whatever? When friends find items, ShillShill can confirm these in terminal and wire money right back. ShillShill think friends are not complaining. Yes, yes. It sounds good to me. Dealing with the independent Nopon that have the benefit of being untraceable by our former colonies. It sure makes a transaction easy. Then it decided, from today on, ShillShill count the friends among own patrons. ShillShill will abide here for some time. If a friend need anything, please to holler. We will, thanks. That's one difficulty taken care of. Yeah. Alright, time we have finally got some rest. Okay, so here's our quest completed. So we completed the quest which is called the Hillside Hulk, which is already finished. So there's a new tutorial called Auto Selling Items. Sell only items will be automatically sold to the ShillShill, the Nopon trader after you acquire them. If you can't carry any more money, they'll simply disappear. Okay, so this is something that's called Nopon coins. So Nopon coins can be traded for items at the Nopon coins exchanges. They can also be used for collectopedia, requested cooking games, crafting, and the leveling up classes. I mean, that seems like fun stuff there. I mean, we'll keep that in mind. I mean, that's something that we must go and do in the if we want to go use one of the games to equip on each characters. I mean, that's something we can do. Okay, so we got here. It's a couple of these on Nopon that we can't go talk to. So let's try to go and call it quits right by here, you guys. So I believe that's gonna have to do it. So next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 3, we're gonna go on ahead and settle on by the Hillside Ferronis Hulk, and it's a scene like that we got. It's a long journey ahead of us, so we're gonna rest the shore at the Hillside Ferronis Hulk, and just to see what we must go in and do, what we must by accomplishing our goal of what we need to be doing on the next series, you guys. So you don't go anywhere, and you will be participating and staying tuned on the next video. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to tune in and watching this episode. So if you're liking the series, if you want to see more of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3, be sure to leave an EVER-TASTIC like, share the video, and subscribe. And if you have already subscribed to my channel, please do ring that notification bell so that you will stay up there and notified when my news and awesome videos up your way. So just making sure you guys are staying tuned in. And by all means, all the issues want to be the description are filled down below. So if you'd like to help support the series, you can do so. Review them step by step, just to help get you started on support my channel and prep the series. So that's gonna be all it for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We will be picking up more on the next one. So take care, you guys. I hope to talk to you on the next video.